Hey, it's me, Frida, your tinnitus coach. If you've ever searched on the internet for a tinnitus cure, you've probably seen a lot of different miracle cures promising instant relief. Pills, strange devices, or even doctors pushing outdated treatments. But what actually works, and which of these are just a scam? So my name is Tinnitus Coach Frida. I was born deaf on my left ear and I had a hearing aid and a severe high-pitched tinnitus for the last 15 years. I'm also the founder of MyTinnitus.Club, an online tinnitus program where we coach acceptance and commitment therapy. So stay tuned till the end of the video. I'm telling you a little bit more about our program, but let's get into the biggest scams and myth around tinnitus cures. So the first one that I want to talk to you guys about are different dubious herbal remedies and pills that are basically promising any tinnitus relief from a perspective of supplements, etc. They often contain like ginkgo biloba, magnesium or zinc, and the truth is studies do recommend sometimes magnesium as it can probably prevent hearing loss in the long run a little bit, right? There's a link. But ginkgo biloba, zinc, and all of these others are not found to be in real correlation with tinnitus relief and certainly won't provide a tinnitus cure. And while it is absolutely true that some of these supplements, if you are undersupplied, will help with your general health, but they certainly won't cure your tinnitus. The second thing that I want to talk about is certain tinnitus zapper devices. And those are a real proper scam. Those claim that they do some sort of electrical stimulation or sound waves to cancel out or eliminate tinnitus. Companies who sell these often make super bold claims, but the reality is most of these devices have zero or non-clinical backing, no real evidence on that they're doing anything for your tinnitus. And while neuromodulation is an interesting field of work where many companies are merging into, the evidence is not yet very strong. The studies have produced mixed results and they're certainly very expensive for a treatment that many people are left disappointed by. Then there are other quick fix methodologies that say earwax removal or other quick fixes. So earwax removal is of course something that's important, and it's important that your ear is relatively clean. Don't do that alone with a cotton swab, but go to an audiologist. They can remove the earwax in a safe procedure or an ENT, but that also won't cure your tinnitus depending on what form of tinnitus you're suffering from. And if you have hearing loss based tinnitus, then most of the time just getting rid of the earwax will not cure your tinnitus either. But now I want to get into what actually helped. And I've recently made a video on the German S3 guidelines from the German ENT Association on the treatment of chronic tinnitus. And in these guidelines, what is mentioned as the most evidence-based treatment and what I have also found to best resonate with my clients and the people who are in the community is CBT, and even more importantly, acceptance and commitment therapy. Tinnitus thrives on stress and anxiety, and CBT and ACT help us to get into the loop and break open that loop, because the biggest thing you're struggling with is not the tinnitus sound itself, but the way you feel due to your tinnitus. And you might now say, well, that's actually exactly the same, but it's not. The way that tinnitus makes you feel is one thing. The way how you react to that feeling is another thing that feeds back into your brain. Oh, we're dealing with something super dangerous and we need to be getting rid of this. If not, we can't be happy and live our life normally again, which is completely contrary to the effect that millions of people have tinnitus and they are fully habituated and they're not bothered by it. So what we need to be doing is not swallowing some miracle pills or doing some weird stimuli with inside the inner ear canal. No, that's not what we need to do. Or sell people very expensive hearing aids for thousands of dollars if they don't really have a hearing loss yet. No, that is not what we need to do, and that's not how we want to treat people with tinnitus. But we want to help people learn to interrupt the cycle of certain feelings and thoughts feeding off of each other, causing this vicious cycle to continuously run, telling the brain that we're dealing with something dangerous, right? And how do we interrupt that? In acceptance and commitment therapy, we make use of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt to new stimuli and to also change the way it's reacting to things. So with neuroplasticity and in acceptance and commitment therapy, we can teach your brain to respond differently to tinnitus. So think about it this way. When you move to a new place and you're close to the train tracks maybe, then the first couple of nights getting some proper sleep is difficult, right? But the longer you live there, the more your brain learns that the train tracks are actually nothing dangerous and the passing of the trains is just something normal and it's a background noise. And soon you stop hearing it. And the same thing happens with tinnitus when we habituate. Our brain's neuroplastic abilities is like learning a new language. It learns to not fear the tinnitus with such a level of threat anymore. And it also learns that it doesn't have to react to tinnitus in this way constantly, right? So what's really, really important here is that we know that tinnitus in most cases is a benign body symptom, that most of the time it is caused because we get stuck in this anxiety or fight or flight cycle where thoughts inspire certain emotions, the emotions we feel in our body. And then when we feel these emotions, our brain says, oh, these emotions are very painful and we don't want to have these emotions. Therefore, we should go against the tinnitus with everything that we have. And that can get you stuck in that vicious cycle. And to get out of this vicious cycle, I would like to invite you to join us at www.MyTinnitus.Club for online coaching, for video support. We have video courses that you can consume. And I think it's very important that, yes, we need to be able to teach you some stuff with self-learning. But the most important aspect in my group is that we connect once a week via Zoom. I give a positive setting where everyone is allowed to share and people really are getting better by the day. We have amazing success stories every single day shared from members in our community. And the most important thing is that you're validated, that you know other people also struggle, but that you see how much progress they've been making and how they are slowly but steadily habituating to that tinnitus. And I'm sad to say this, but a lot of people are leaving our club now because they're getting habituated and getting better. And if you want to do exactly the same, then consider giving us a try at www.MyTinnitus.Club. You can sign up for a 7-day free trial. 7-day, no money charged. We give you a 7-day free trial. Check it out and we'd be super stoked to help you over there. Let me just quickly recap that we said today in this video, most of these cures, ginkgo biloba, certain electrical devices, neurostimulation devices, they are most likely limited or no scientific backing behind them. And it's very, very important that we know, why do you actually struggle with tinnitus? You actually struggle with tinnitus because of the thoughts and feelings that you have about tinnitus, not because of tinnitus itself. And when you know that, then you don't need to spend thousands of dollars for hearing aids if you don't have an indication. If you do have an indication, go get hearing aids, but they don't have to be the most expensive ones. And they certainly don't need masking features. And this is really, really important. Learn about habituation. Learning about habituation on my channel, on other people's channel. Glenn Schweitzer from Rewiring Tinnitus in Florida is a fantastic guy. He's a personal friend of mine. Fantastic channel as well. There are so many useful resources out there that give you the right kind of tools and help and that do not want to profit off of you. So if you want to get better, then I suggest you can also get my free 4-day email course. I link it in the description below to this video. That free 4-day email course is something that every one of you guys can get. You get 4 daily emails with some goodies, a tinnitus roadmap on how you can reach habituation a little bit. And then we'd be excited to get you either on my coaching waiting list. I have limited spots every month, but also to see you inside MyTinnitus.Club. I hope it's been useful. Please know that there is relief available. Everyone can habituate to that tinnitus. And I'm here to prove it to you with my community and 500 plus people I've worked with. All the best and hear you in the next one. Goodbye.